Hello everyone, it's Marla. Welcome back to Twinstrology. Today I am going to do a reading for twin flames and the incoming energy for the month of June. Today is June 3rd that I'm recording this. Just for the record, it is the Sagittarius full moon, so happy full moon everybody. And before I get started, I'm going to make an announcement that I'm giving away this copy of the Intuit Oracle. Sorry that you can't hardly see it because of all the glare. It's probably best if I just have it like this. So if you guys remember, I gave away the Intuit Tarot in March, only the person that won the tarot has not contacted me, and I've tried to reach out to them to get in touch with me every way that I know how. But apparently they're not interested. So we are giving the deck away again, and that's an opportunity for all of you to get this wonderful deck. I'm not going to go through it again like I did in the first video. If you want to see more about this deck, you can check out my March video. But this edition of the Intuit Tarot has the keywords. And there's different editions, so it has the blue color with the gilding on the back, the edges are gilded, and then keywords for the upright and reversed. And I'm going to use this deck in today's reading. Yeah, sorry, my lights are causing a lot of glare. These cards actually have lovely gilding on them, and they have a very shiny coating. This is a really attractive deck of cards. So, and they also have 5 bonus cards in them for timing. So this is the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse timing card. Let me see if I can find another timing card actually, and I hope that they come out during the reading. It's one of the things that I love about Kimberly's decks is she adds a lot of timing cards, and each of them, here is the new moon, full moon card. So if you are interested in winning this deck, please leave a comment below that says enter me to win, and also make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and that you like this video as well. And then at the end of the month, I will draw a winner, and I will let you know, I will announce the winner in July's tarot reading. So make sure that you watch to make sure to see if you actually won or not. I do want to also say that the first edition of the Intuit Twin Flame Oracle is almost sold out. And we are going to have a second edition, but unfortunately with the second edition, we cannot keep this 3-part box, which is very nice, with the gemstones. So the first edition all come with this little pouch of quartz crystal. So that keeps your deck cleared and charged, and it has its own little compartment. And then it has the ribbon to pull the box up. So the new second edition, when it arrives, should be coming in soon, is going to have a regular box with no gemstones. So if that's something that you like or are interested in, you might want to purchase this now. And I will put the links below. If you're in the US, you can get 10% off using my affiliate code at the Intuit store. But for international customers, it's also available on Etsy. And we also have this question oracle. The questions on this deck were written by me. I'm going to be using it in this reading. I've used it before. But this is a little deck. It's a mini deck, and how many questions are in here actually? 55 questions. So if you ever don't know, like what should I ask today? you don't know exactly where to put your focus, or how I use this deck. First of all, every day I pull one of these cards when I get up in the morning so that I get guidance about where I need to focus. But you can also use it backwards. So how I'm going to use it today is I'm going to pull the cards and then I'm going to pull a question oracle, so that gives us the direction that our higher self wants us to go. So this deck is also available at the Intuit store. And there is also this mini Intuit Tarot too. So check those out and let's get on to the reading. Okay, so the overall energy of unions. What subconscious barriers do I have that could be blocking my openness with this person? So higher self is coming in to say that there are subconscious barriers that are going to be coming up. So even if you've thought that you've cleared everything and that you're totally open to this person, Spirit is saying, no, there's still some subconscious barriers that need to be overcome. Don't judge this, just surrender. I know it's triggering, but from a higher perspective, it's clearing energy and bringing us closer together. I'm sorry, like the lighting is really bad here. I hope you can see the cards okay. So this goes with the subconscious barriers because this card is saying that there's going to be triggers. And the message from higher self is, don't judge this. Just surrender to it. It's something that you need to go through because it's actually creating more openness in unions. But if you recall from my Sagittarius full moon energy report, Venus is moving into that T-square with Pluto in the north and south node, and this is where Mars was just a couple weeks ago. And so that was like a masculine energy trigger, and this is like a feminine energy trigger. It's going to affect all of us because we all have feminine energy, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a tough transit. I think a lot of people are already feeling it. They're already into position, even though it's not exact yet. But I think it's going to trigger a lot of feelings of betrayal and abandonment. Could bring up like shadow energy because of okay, well they're saying to me like it's timelines too, especially because we're dealing with the nodes. There's all these timelines that are being activated right now. So, you know, you may have done a lot of work in this lifetime, but a lot of what's being triggered right now is karmic stuff from other lifetimes. And that's what higher self is saying. Don't judge it, just surrender. Because you've got to remember that you're not just a person living in this here and now, but your soul is spread out across time. And as we ascend, we're calling these parts of us back to us. And those parts of us that are on those other timelines are not healed. This is why it has to be a slow process, because you bring a piece of yourself back and then you have to work on healing that. And then you're able to get another piece of yourself from another timeline and bring that in. But you've got to heal that. So I feel like that's where the subconscious barriers are. But I feel like there's going to be frustration for twins. I feel especially for the feminine towards the masculine twin, there's going to be frustration because we are dealing with Venus. And then once Venus goes through that, she's going to be trying to catch up with Mars, but like she's not going to meet Mars. And that's almost like a metaphor for what's happening with twins, right? Because it's like Venus is trying to catch Mars, but it's like Mars is running and she can't catch him. And that's like what the frustration is going to be, I feel, for the feminine. Because It's like frustration because it's a feeling of the masculine is just not showing up. Now the Intuit Tarot is clarifying with the Nine of Coins. You are enough. Stand up for what you deserve. Working too hard, undervaluing yourself, self-worth. So, one of the things that is going to be triggered, I feel, is valuing ourselves and knowing what we deserve. That goes with what I'm saying about the feminine, because it's easy for the feminine to blame herself, you know, and that is projected a lot too. And remember, this is the union energy, so both twins are going to be going through that. But it's like, what do I deserve? Now for the feminine, I feel like it might be around relationships. Like, what do I deserve in relationships? Because maybe you feel like you're not getting that. And for a lot of you, you're not getting it from your counterpart, but maybe, you know, you haven't gotten that in life. I work with a lot of people and they're like, you know, I've just never had good relationships. So it's like, you got to go in and say, like, this is what I deserve. I'm not settling for anything less. Whether it's with my twin or someone else, I need to stay strong and honor what I know I deserve. Now for the masculine, I feel like it's first of all, it's like you are not enough, because the masculine is dealing with their fears and insecurities and feeling like they're not enough for the feminine energy. And that's one of the reasons why they're running. But also, I feel it's like for them, stand up for what you deserve, in the sense that the masculine is still dealing with these karmic patterns. And they're selling themselves short. You know, whether it's a belief they have about themselves, whether it's something with their career, or whether they're like just continue to stay in relationships that are toxic. You know, they need to look at why they're doing that. Or, you know, this is the masculine in all of us. So that, you know, whether you feel like you're masculine or feminine or whatever gender you associate with, you know, these things could be coming up within you. But let's just say, looking at all the ways that you undervalue yourself and you don't fight hard enough for what you truly deserve. And that's the subconscious barrier. Now the song for the overall energy of union is Constellations of the Heart by Kate Bush. So this is a kind of a quirky song, and if any of you are Kate Bush fans, you know Kate Bush is pretty quirky. So we have like this two people having a conversation, or I think it's like a chorus and then Kate sings one part, but I'll try and like tell you the different parts. So we have one person saying, we take all the telescopes and turn them inside out, and we point them away from the big sky. Put your eye right up to the glass now, and here you'll find the constellation of the heart. Well, we think you better wake up, Captain. There's something happening up ahead. We've never seen anything like this. We've never seen anything like this before. And so the captain says, I want a full report. And they reply, that's it. And the captain says, what do you mean that's it? And they say, that's all you get. You better do something about it. And the captain says, well, what am I supposed to do about it? And they say, we don't know, but you can't run away from it. Maybe you better face it. And the captain says, I can't do that. Come on, face it. I can't do that. Come on, face it. What am I going to do? Is it going to hurt? Will it hurt me bad? Who said anything about hurting? It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be paradise. So this song is a lot about like confronting things, also like dealing with the unknown. Obviously, it's called constellation of the heart, and it's, we have this metaphor about, love, and there's something like, I don't know what to do. I need more information. Well, sorry, you're not getting any more information. You just have to deal with it. So, I think one thing we can focus on here at the end is it gonna hurt? Will it hurt me? And they say, who said anything about hurting? It's gonna be beautiful. It's paradise. So overcoming fears and insecurity is going to be a major theme here in June. And looking within, because we take all the telescopes and we turn them inside out. So it's like, instead of looking to I'm going to say the universe, we got to look within. The universe is within us. The answers are within us. So that's where the focus needs to be. What's positive for unions is I've been giving my power away to people in my life. I'm learning to set boundaries. And boundaries definitely has been a theme that I've been seeing. And with Venus and Pluto, boundaries definitely could be coming up and maybe being shown places where you haven't had appropriate boundaries in the past. But, what's positive here is you're taking your power back. And then that's clarified with the moon. Mental clarity, releasing fear and anxiety, hearing and trusting intuition. Something is being unveiled. So, the moon here represents the subconscious, which is what the central theme is. But what's positive is you're getting clarity about what was subconscious. You're understanding something and hearing and trusting your intuition, because that shift that we had last month it's a new level of awakening with the frequencies that are now coming in and the codes that we received. So as those codes integrate and change us, we're embodying more of that energy, and certainly intuition is something that is opening up. What challenges unions? I'm afraid this relationship is too good to be true, and I pull away in fear. And that's clarified with the 9 of Wands, a test of faith. Courage, boundaries again, grit, determination, faith, endurance, hold the line. So, first of all, I feel like you could be feeling your counterpart pulling away because they're triggered by something. Or your twin may run. They may not be communicating with you right now. But this card also, I feel this relationship is too good to be true. That's one of the subconscious barriers. The twin flame journey, these are relationships that really haven't been seen on Earth in a very, very, very long time en masse, like we're seeing right now. So it's an unknown, right? And it's something that it's hard to believe in, especially because it's so slow to materialize for most people, that it's constantly testing your strength to believe in your intuition, to believe your heart, to believe your inner knowing. But you get triggered, and then you just tend to think, this is too good to be true. It can't even be possible. And it makes you want to give up. It makes you want to lose faith. And yeah, it's hard to keep picking yourself up brushing yourself off and continuing on with the journey. For some of you too, you're going to be dealing with energy of grief from other lifetimes. You could be dealing with war energy from other lifetimes. And because we have this woman here with a sword and cannon, but also feeling like doing battle. And I think both counterparts are going to feel like they've been doing battle. There has definitely been tests the last few months for everybody. And testing your determination. I actually got that message myself a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week. In a different way, but basically, like, you're being tested right now to see how strong your faith is. It wasn't really in regards to the twin journey, but something else. So for all of you, like, it may not necessarily be just with your twin, but you may be having your faith and endurance tested in different ways, and it may make you afraid. And you have to work through that fear. But this is how we're getting over those subconscious barriers. Actually, let's put these up here. So for the feminine energy, what are this person's thoughts about me? Is the question oracle message. We're going to assume that the person's is the twin flame. So the original card that came out was I long for your kisses and your touch. And I pulled a clarifier for that, and I got, I feel you pulling away, and it triggers my fear that you're going to leave me for good. So from the feminine counterpart, or I should say, our inner feminine, is going to be longing for our counterpart. Again, there's going to probably be frustration if you're not seeing a lot of movement from your counterpart, or you feel your person pulling away, or you're the one that's pulling away. You may pull, like if you're feeling frustration with the journey, you may be pulling your energy away from your twin. So at any rate, there's this kind of longing, but let's say the longing isn't getting, it's not getting fulfilled. So you may be feeling like unrequited love, which is definitely, if we think about that T square, or it's actually not a T square, it's a cross energy. Venus and Pluto, that can be grief, death, unrequited love. And like I said, these are probably having to do with other timelines. So, when you're dealing with other timelines and you're not conscious about your timelines, then it's easy to get confused about where that energy is coming from. So you can get triggered, only maybe you don't have a clear idea of why you're triggered or what is actually being triggered. So that's why, like, knowing that there's other lifetimes involved can be helpful. This is clarified with the Queen of Swords. Mentally strong, candid, quick-witted, inner strength, sharp. So I feel like higher self is saying that the feminine energy is focusing on being strong. And you're going to have to use your mental energy, I feel, to maintain strength. Mind over matter is what I'm hearing. Okay, what I'm getting is that in June, as we integrate that energy, as I mentioned a few moments ago, there's these dimensional shifts that are occurring in how we exist within this dimensional space as far as our different bodies. And it could be feeling strange. So, and it could be affecting your thought process. And they're saying mind over matter because you're going to have these different dimensions. So I'm trying to find a way to describe this to you. It's feeling pulled in two different directions. So you're seeing the bigger perspective on one level. You're connected to the higher dimensional energy. But your ego is clearing the third dimensional energy and some of the lower fourth dimensional energy. And so there's like an inner conflict happening as you try to navigate what's real, what's not real. That's not exactly the way that I want to say that. And it was just 2222 here on the counter. But your intuition is growing and you have all this new input coming in from the higher dimensions because you've leveled up and you've connected on another level with your higher self or your monad, and your ego now has to clear out stuff because your ego is still attaching to the 3D consciously and subconsciously and creating blocks as you try to elevate your consciousness. You still got the 3D energy coming in and saying, oh, can you trust that? Is that real? Because is it happening now? Is it materializing now? And higher self is telling me that there's a gap. The things that you've been trying to manifest, they are materializing, but there's this gap in time between the shift that we had in May and when things actually materialize. And you have to be patient and you can't get yourself psyched out because things aren't happening. I say that, but the truth is your ego is going to step in, especially when it comes to your union, and going to say, look, nothing's happening. Move on. Let it go. It's not real. And you have to use your mind over matter and say, no, I know that what is real is my intuition. I know what's real is what Spirit has been telling me. And I know there's just this lag or this gap in time. How this is showing up for you is I feel the sexual energy between us, yet it's beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep, unconditional love. So based on these two cards, I would say that there's a lot of pull and a lot of longing for twin flames in June. We also had this card too. So I feel like your twin could be having a lot of longing for you, longing to be with you as well. And remember, twin flames are aligned now. The energy is the same. So what one is feeling, the other person is feeling. So this energy could be coming in, but this energy here on this card is also representing the material world. You know, it's our sexual energy, but has twin flames, you can't just limit your connection to the sexual energy. Even though the sexual energy is very strong, you have to transmute the lower vibrational sexual energy into unconditional love. part of this is, has this longing energy is there, right? And so when the longing energy for your person comes in, what tends to happen is it leads to frustration when they're not showing up for you. And that is what is transmuted into unconditional love. But you have to trust this energy. There is a purpose behind this energy, and it's the sexual energy that draws twin flames together. It's like it's part of the magnetic energy. And I'm not talking lower vibrational sexual energy. I'm talking creative sexual energy that's used for manifestation. And that energy is what will pull you together. Now, as I said, twin flames are aligned. So it's not just the feminine that's feeling the pull towards their person. The masculine's going to be feeling that too. The trick for the feminine is not to get frustrated by it and want to quit, want to give up. Instead, you've got to use mind over matter and transmute it. This is clarified with strength. Invisible force. And that is, this energy is the invisible force. But confidence, courage, self-belief, personal power, wisdom. That goes with these cards, right? Because we're taking back our power. When we say we're taking back our power, we're not just taking back our power from other people. We're taking back our power from past lives and things that have happened to us in past lives. Let's say persecution energies, family members, ideas that have stolen our power, belief systems that have stolen our power. All of that's coming back. So, and with this, right, I feel it's too good to be true and I pull away. You have to overcome that in June. You've got to use all your strength and be strong in your mental abilities and overcome that. So how the feminine is transforming this. We have a past life connection. Memories are surfacing either consciously or subconsciously. Yeah, it's these past lives memories or other timelines that are going to be strongly in play right now. So keep that in mind. This is clarified with the Hermit, spiritual mastery, enlightenment, soul searching, contemplation, solitude, growth, resolve. So you may be spending a lot of time alone in June, actually, doing some inner work. You may get downloads about past life memories. As I said in my article that I wrote for the Sagittarius full moon, between now and August, a lot of you are, or I should say the end of August, beginning of September, a lot of you are going to be traveling to places where you have past life connections. Or if you know you have a past life connection somewhere, you may want to travel there to connect with that timeline in a very physical way. But this Hermit card is also saying that it's bringing us more spiritual mastery. Just looking at this card as well, this is the energy of Virgo, and we've got the symbols for Mercury and Saturn here. Now Saturn is in Pisces, conjunct asteroid Karma, and Mercury is soon going to be going into Gemini. Mercury will go into Gemini in June, and Mercury will be squaring Saturn. So I'll try to talk more about that, but that's going to be a key time for understanding something about your past life or other timelines that you're living. Inspiration too. I talked about inspiration. I'm looking at the flames here. That's inspirational energy coming to the feminine. Let's talk about the masculine. So the question for the masculine energy is, what is currently leveling up in my life and how will it show up for me? So something is changing for the masculine. They are also leveling up. Well, as I always say, it's the masculine in all of us. And definitely the masculine in all of us has leveled up in the last 6 months. A lot. Let's see how else this energy is leveling up. So what is showing up for the masculine is we project our patterns onto each other, and this makes it difficult to see what is real and what is fear-based thinking. So the first thing I want to say is this goes exactly with what I was saying, how there's this dimensional shift happening, and your mind, you're going to have to deal with the tricks of the mind and the ego that is like, what is fear, what is the 3D, and what is the truth from a higher vibrational, fifth dimensional standpoint. Okay? Also for the masculine, they're going to be they're going to be triggered because they're projecting a pattern onto their feminine. And the masculine probably is not going to realize it at first, but this is what is the subconscious barrier for them. They're projecting onto the feminine. So they may be projecting, they might be projecting unworthiness onto the feminine, and they may feel that you've somehow rejected them, or their fears about trust could be coming out and they feel like they don't trust you, or they're feeling insecure. They're projecting it on you. This is clarified with the Two of Wands, charting a course. Opportunity, visualization, recovery, get ready, future planning, consider options, decisions. So one of the things that they could be projecting is maybe they're expecting you to take action. Because really what's going on with the masculine is they're very indecisive. And they have not been able to make a decision with what they're going to do with their life and what they're going to do as far as their unions are concerned. And this Two of Wands card is like that. It's like, I'm still just thinking about, here's where they have to go, but they're just standing there thinking, I don't know. I'm not, I'm still considering my options. I haven't made a decision. A lot of the reason why they have been unable to make a decision is because of other timelines. And the masculine is getting a lot of interference from other timelines. A lot of their subconscious fears are related to other timelines, especially around grief, around war, around losing their twin, not protecting their twin. So that's one of the reasons why they're immobilized. I think I probably talked in a past video about how it's been hard to make a decision for both twins in certain matters. Usually this pertains in the feminine to something around their mission and purpose, and for the masculine it's something about their union, where they're just hesitating. They're not making the move. They're staying stuck in the toxic patterns. Maybe it's because of self-worth issues like the card said, or subconscious patterns. But something is coming out in that way for the masculine. This is what is leveling up. Their understanding of their own subconscious patterns. How this is showing up for them, I got 2 cards. The first one was, I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out with self-defense. And also, these two cards came out together. We are coming into union. But this has been the story for the masculine. They don't know how to let their guard down. They don't know how to sit in their hearts. They don't know how to deal with their emotions and their heart energy. Again, I could say that about all of us, right? But the masculine is more and more becoming aligned with the feminine. And this card is saying that, you know, how this is showing up, I feel it's the masculine. They want to come into union now. That's a lot of what this energy is about, the pull, the longing. It's, the twins are triggering each other. Both twins are longing. Both twins are letting fears get in the way of union. Both twins want to come into union, but it's like you're at a standstill, some kind of stalemate because of the karmic energy. This is clarified with Knight of Cups, following your heart. Proposals, an invitation, affectionate, chivalrous, romantic, charming, psychic. This is what the masculine needs to do. They need to follow their heart. They need to, you know, the knights are action. They need to take some sort of action. But it's been this Two of Wands energy for a very long time of just, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't trust, I'm not making a decision. So as we head through the summer months, and these dimensional shifts, the incoming codes are going to get stronger as we move through the summer and towards Lionsgate. And so I feel like the masculine is going to feel that pressure to take action, but they have to take action on their heart and on what they know that they deserve and what is right for them and what is their truth. And come to terms with, you know, what they think about their life. Because it's like they're projecting a lot into their life that isn't true or isn't. They're not seeing things fully as they are. How the masculine is transforming this energy. I'm awakening. I know more than I'm letting on. And this is clarified with the Fool, a free spirit, new beginning, setting out, spontaneous, adventure, idealistic, opportunities, the unknown. So yeah, the masculine's awakening. Again, in my Sagittarius full moon energy update, I said we are getting inspiration, and I mentioned the Fool card and how at the Taurus new moon we were asked to take a leap of faith. But it's like, you know, how I described it was like you took the leap, but now you're hanging in midair. Look at both of these people are like on the mountaintop, and the sun is rising. This new day is rising. This new energy is there. So the masculine is now leaping. They've got to leap into the new. And they can expect, or we can all expect, you know, it's our masculine part of us that is going through the deeper awakening. And there's some new understanding, and with that, the knowledge to make a decision and overcome this stagnancy. What song would the feminine give to the masculine? What song would the feminine give to the masculine? Okay, the song is Real Love by John Lennon. All my plans and schemes, lost like some forgotten dream, Seems like all I was really doing was waiting for you. It's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real. It's real love. Don't be afraid. No need to be afraid. From this moment on, I know exactly where my life will go. Seems like all I ever was really doing was waiting for love. Thought I'd been in love before, but in my heart I wanted more. Seems like all I was really doing was waiting for you. So we do have in this song, the message that this is real love. This is truth. But there's a lot in this song too of like, I've been waiting for you. Seems like all I ever really was doing was waiting for you. And so, it's like there's that element of the frustration of why things may not be progressing and how it has to be transmuted to unconditional love and staying true to what you feel in your heart. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? What song would the masculine energy give the feminine energy? Something About You by Boston. When I was younger, I thought I could stand on my own. It wasn't easy. I stood like a man made of stone. But there was something about you I didn't want you to know. It brought a change over me, and it's starting to show. I've got this feeling inside. I've got to have you, and it ain't no good to hide. It isn't easy to show what I'm feeling inside, girl. It isn't easy, I know, when you believe in a man like me. So this song is about someone that's been hiding something, hiding their true feelings, and letting their ego keep them from opening up. There's a fear of being hurt, of going through difficult times in the past and hardening the heart, and how their counterpart is changing them and opening their heart and making them want to share their true feelings. So I've been talking as well about the masculine and feminine energies coming into a new state of balance, and I feel like this card of union is that balance coming in, alignment and balance. But I think for both counterparts, we could say that this being willing to let down the guard and overcome the fear of rejection and just being able to go for it is what needs to happen in order to create this union on the material plane. So let's see what's happening in the future. What's in my heart towards them? What's in their heart towards me? Okay, so again, this is alignment. This is like, what are our hearts telling us to do? Masculine and feminine. What does our heart say? Are we following our heart or not? So this is the energy of alignment coming in by allowing this energy to flow through the heart, because instead of just being the lower vibrational energy, it's being elevated to the fifth dimensional energy of unconditional love. That's where twins need to be to fully be in union. Even if you're with your twin, if you're not in the state of unconditional love with each other and with yourselves, then are you truly in union? The first card about the future is the planets are activating us to heal and bringing us closer together. Surrender to the changes. So look for the planets. And remember I mentioned I mentioned the Venus square, the cross, and I mentioned Saturn squaring Mercury to be pivotal times. And there'll be some more planetary energies happening. This was clarified with solar eclipse. And that's honestly how the cards came out. Big changes are coming. This was the eclipse that happened. This was the solar eclipse in Aries that happened at the end of, getting my days, happened at the end of April. Okay, that's still in effect. Eclipses are in effect for 6 months. So we're still going through the changes, catalyst for change, your inner truth, transformation, cosmic trigger, new beginnings. This is the codes coming in, the Syrian light codes that we're getting this year. That's really shifting us and shifting us into the 5th dimension. As you surrender your 3D expectations, I surrender to our 5D connection. Again, this is the dimensional shifts that's happening and balancing the 3D and the 5D. What's happening energetically is we need to lose some of our lower vibrations so that we can elevate into the higher vibration. That's what's bringing us to the 5th dimensional energies. But this is also surrendering, letting go. Remember, the central theme here was don't judge this, just surrender. You've got to surrender to your heart, masculine or feminine. Although, okay, so what I'm getting right now, though, actually is, can you see how the feminine is dealing a lot with overcoming the mental energy? Or like, not overcoming, but balancing the mental energy. And the masculine is balancing the heart energy. This is the feminine integrating masculine. This is the masculine integrating feminine. And that is going to create union. That is the inner union. That's the balance. What was the card that I had? Where did it go? This. Okay, so this is clarified with 7 of Swords. Not what it seems. Cowardly, false pretenses, sneaky, betrayal, cheating, lying, mask. Okay, so one of the things here is the masks. The masks have to come off. In the 5th dimensional frequency, we don't hide. We don't wear a mask. We're our true, authentic self. But also there's telling us that what you are experiencing in the 3D is not what it seems. It's false. You've got to trust your intuition and your heart instead. That's where the truth lies. I watch you on social media and the internet. It's my way of staying close and finding out more about you. Like we stated here, there's going to be longing. And part of that is going to be perhaps spying on your twin, wanting to communicate with your twin. You're wanting to know, what is my person thinking about me? And so you may be watching your person on social media. You may be sending a message. I feel like this card is about sending a message because it's clarified with the 2 of Swords. frozen with indecision, unclear path, withholding, avoidance, stalemate, obstacle, impasse. Okay, so this is saying that communication for a lot of you, not all of you, is at an impasse. If you are in communication with your twin, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be having some kind of disagreement, or the energy is at least going to be kind of bumpy, and there's going to be projections and fears coming up, and you have to really stay in a higher frequency, and you really have to stay in love to be able to come through that. But this Two of Swords, I feel, relates to this Two of Wands. And it's our masculine energy has just been so indecisive. Even though they're feeling the union, they're not taking action in the material realm. But again, we've got this dimensional shift happening. So we can't let these things play with our mind and come in and want to trick us. We've got to stay strong. But I feel like for twins, so you may be feeling the indecision strongly, but I feel like this is the month where you make a decision. Maybe you make the decision to reach out, to take a risk. You know, we've got to be the fool right now. And these cards are saying, look, you're mentally strong enough to take a risk. Like, what's the worst that can happen? For the feminine, a lot of this is not going to be so much about your twin, but it's going to be something about your mission and stepping out. Because I feel like those that are embodying the masculine more are the ones that are working on coming forward with their twin, where the feminine are working on advancing their mission. But either way, like whatever it is for you, you're strong enough to take the risk. And you got to overcome this impasse. We can't stay at this impasse forever. You know, the fears, especially when it comes to like rejection in the twin flame union, right? This fear can keep you at an impasse, you know, for eternity. At some point, you've just got to take a risk with your heart. And you've got to jump, and you got to trust. So let's see what the song is for the future. Okay, the song is Freedom Deep by INXS. Show me the way, give away the truth I'm looking for. I need a new way out of here. The door is opening. Freedom, take me deeper. All the blue days gone astray, the clouds are giving in. Freedom, take me deeper. I need a new way out of here. The door is opening. I'm losing my fear. Suddenly the way has come to me. Freedom, take me deeper. This song is like so perfect. It's so perfect with what I wrote about this full moon, actually, that we're getting the inspiration through the connection to source of what to do, where to go, where to take our next step, and we're getting our freedom. So both twins are being shown the way out of whatever it is that's been subconsciously blocking union, your purpose. You know, what's on the bottom of the question oracle, I feel is appropriate here. What did I come to Earth to accomplish? You know, are you doing that? Are you doing what you came here for? You're going to be leveling up, whatever that is. You know, did you come here to Earth to reunite with your twin? Are you going to choose that? We do have free will. But if you choose not to, are you honoring yourself and the promises you made, or are you just giving in to fear? In the higher realms, in the fifth dimension, we are free. That is one of the ways we know that we've ascended, is we're living in freedom. That is what is coming. If you would like a personal reading with me, I'll put the link to my website below. There's a services tab on my website. If you hold the cursor over the services, you'll get a drop-down menu for astrology and tarot readings. I also do past life regressions. And occasionally I do one-on-one work with people, usually people that have been working with me through readings. Twin Flame Oracle, Intuit Oracle. Don't forget to put your comment below if you want to be entered to win the Intuit Oracle. Sending you all a lot of love, and I'll speak to you soon. Stay strong this month.